So welcome again to the 29th episode of our weekly AI and digital marketing demo. And for today, the topic we have is about AI content writing. And there is going to be, last week when we met, we discussed the 5 AI agents that you can use to run your business. And as I previously explained, I have demoed the voice agent, I have demoed the conversation AI, I've also demoed the review AI, and there were 2 left, and which are the content AI agent and then the funnel agent. So today, as I promised last week, we are going to discuss the content AI employee and what does it do. We are going to find out, and we are also going to talk about what you can use it, how you can use it in your business, and how this is going to save you money. And please stay to the end because I have something great for you at the end of this demo, and it's going to be something that is very valuable. It's about $2,000 worth. And so I hope you can stay around so that you will have that opportunity to grab it if it really will work for your business. So I want you to stay till the end and you are going to get this. So yeah, the topic for today is stop hiring copywriters, go high level content AI agent or employee writes your business content for you. And this is a very important topic because content is everything, right? Content is what brings you business, brings you leads to your business. People are always searching for information online. And so if you don't have content, it's like your company doesn't exist. Even on your website, you need to have content that is SEO optimized, so that when people go on Google and search and type, let's say, I'm looking for a plumber in this area, or how do you fix a tap in your kitchen, or how do you do this or do that? It could be about anything. That is going to bring your website up if you have that proper content on the website or on your blog or on your social media. And so content is something that is really, really important. So let's get into this right away. And just so you know, my name is Eric Baykes, and I run a digital marketing agency in the South Florida area. And also, I help businesses, small businesses with their AI strategies. I help small businesses to get leads and also to increase their revenue. And anything about AI, we can help you with that. So I'm going to give you a bit of what we do at the end of this demo. So stay tuned. And so, like I said, every business, requires content, and your business cannot grow if you don't have a proper content on your website. It has to be optimized. It has to speak about your branding, and it also has to give value to people who are researching online. And as most of us know, if you're a business owner who really posts on social media and develop content, you know how valuable this is and how tedious this can be. It can be very time consuming, and it can also be very expensive. But these days, because of AI, it's not. But then again, it's still very difficult how to automate all this stuff. So if you have an agent that can do this for you, that is a game changer. So, starting a content, anytime you want to start a content, it's very difficult for you to even come up with, how am I going to start? Is this going to be good? Is this going to be that? And you can just freeze, and the ideas that you have, you don't even know how to start it. So having an AI is going to solve the problem. So let me go through these problems. One of the problems is that if you have a chat GPT or Claude, it can give you your content, but it's always going to be generic, just like every other business out there. It doesn't know your brand properly. You can even you can set it up in your profile, but most often than not, it's still going to give you generic content, and it's not going to be consistent the way you want it, right? And so it doesn't really match your brand. And also, every day you do not post online, guess what? You are not visible. And one thing is that, when you are doing a research online and you find a business and you want to verify whether you want to do business with them or not, sometimes you go to their social media handles to check whether this is a legit business or not, especially if it's a business that hasn't been around for a long time, or you doubt this company, but you still want to do business with them. So the first place you want to go is to check them out, search for them on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Now, if somebody goes to your Facebook page and you haven't posted in like the last 6 months, the last 3 months, then they wonder whether this business is still active or not, right? Posting consciously on every week makes you visible. It warms your page, and it also helps the algorithm to bring you up in searches on Google and on Facebook, wherever that somebody is searching you. Just because you have content, you might pop up. So that is free organic traffic. So you don't want to leave money on the table by not posting regularly on your social media handles. Guess what? Your competitor is doing that all the time. As you can see, anytime you go on social media and you are scrolling through on your wall, you see all different kinds of content from different companies. So that is really something that it's like the order of the day for businesses. So don't sleep on that. You have to churn out content every week on your social media handles. Another thing that is a big problem is freelance copywriters charge an arm and leg just to get you content, right? Back in the days, you pay between $1,500 to $3,000, sometimes $5,000 to get a good copy, a good sales copy, right? Now, it's not like that anymore because of AI. But then again, if you don't know what you are doing, you are going to be generating generic content which doesn't speak to anybody, and it doesn't speak about your branding. So content is something that is very expensive if you have to hire somebody to do it for you and do it properly. And inconsistent content means that your audience forgets about you. Just like, every day you don't post, your competitor is doing that. Same way, if you don't post content, after some time, your audience, your community forget about you because they don't get information from you. So you always want to be providing value to your audience, to your platform, wherever you are doing your marketing. You want to make sure that you are putting out some valuable content that will help your audience, your clients, whoever they are. And lack of organic content is hurting your credibility and free traffic. Like I said, when you post online, you just get free traffic. So don't sleep on this. If you have a Google business profile, you want to be posting on that profile because it helps. Google is going to reward you for that. So content is something that is very, very important. And all of this can be found in one tool, which is GoHighLevel. You guys know that I love GoHighLevel. I talk about GoHighLevel all the time. I use GoHighLevel. I've been using it for some time now. So I'm going to go into it and show you more things we can do with GoHighLevel AI agent. And consistency is the difference, right? That separates you from your competitors. Because if you don't post, like I said, nobody sees you. Companies that consistently blog see 55% more website visitors. These are the numbers. Numbers don't lie. right? If you post consistently, you blog, because people are always searching information online. Everybody that do their research these days before they make a financial commitment. So if you are writing about your company, you are writing about your services, you are, and not just writing about your company or your services and all the cool things about your company, but providing value to what people are searching online, and that brings you up as free traffic. That increases your visitors, your website visitors by 55%. Also, email open rates can increase by 26% with personalized subject lines. What does this mean? This means that if you send an email, when you get a cold email, it's all about, hey, this and that, right? But if you can personalize email subjects and mention my name, then I know that this email is just for me. You thought about me, you took the time to look for my name and use it to address me. And you can use this content AI to customize all your emails. So it's not going to be a generic email that is going to go to maybe 2,000 people, but this is going to address them with personalization so everybody feels special. And another thing is that businesses that post 3 to 5 times a week see 3 times more engagement. So it's a numbers game. Once again, the more you post, the more you get people interacting with your content, and that can lead to sales, and that can lead to you gaining credibility, because when you put something out there, if it's a problem and you are giving solutions, guess what? People trust you. You are building value right there. And also, most businesses abandon their content because they run out of time and ideas. Sorry. You might have the idea and everything, but once again, coming up with content, even with AI, is still a tedious task, right? You have to come up with these ideas. Let's say you have about 7 social media handles. You have to be posting to all this, plus emails and all that. Is time consuming. So what if you can get an agent to do all these things for you? A lot of people wish they would be putting content out there all the time, but they don't have the team to do that. It might be too expensive to hire somebody to do it, or they just simply don't have the time. And regardless of the ideas that you have, you still have to put in the time. So if you have GoHighLevel Content AI employee, it removes that time excuse. You don't have any excuse. It's all about giving a prompt, scheduling it. If you want to schedule your content, your social media content for the whole year, you can do that. And this is going to talk about using your brand voice. So that is really, really a game changer here. And content AI agent, that is your copywriter in GoHighLevel. GoHighLevel comes with this AI tools, right? This AI agent, and for just a low fee, you can be automating this. This is not going to cost you like $1,500 or maybe $400, $500 just for somebody to manage your social media pages for you, right? Companies are charging $300 to $400 to manage your social media pages, by only handling two platforms, let's say Facebook and Instagram, and they are charging between $250 to $300. The more you add platforms or channels, the more they charge you, and it might not even be what you want. And so if you have a tool like Content AI Employee, that is going to make things very, very easy for you. And there is no extra subscription. So in your GoHighLevel account, you have this AI agent in there. You can go pay as you go with tokens, which is just, a few cents on the dollar. And You don't have to do any copy and paste from ChatGPT or Claude. You generate your content and then you have to copy it and come and paste. Everything happens under one roof, all in GoHighLevel, and all these tools are communicating together. So you can have this to build your blogs, right? You have a blogging app or tool in your GoHighLevel account, which doesn't cost you extra. So if you have a page that you have to blog about, you can do that. You can use it to build emails like we talked about, and then the social media planner. Like I said, you can schedule all your social media posts on all your different platforms, for the whole year if you want, so you don't have to go through this. I've done this for almost the whole year. We have content that keeps on going every single day to our platforms, and that takes a lot of workload because every day we were spending about an hour to 2 hours just to post on our social media platforms. And even with that, we were using AI, and now we don't really have to do much because this content AI is doing everything for us, right? And also your website builder. So in GoHighLevel, there's a website builder in there. You need content to build your website. Now with content AI, it's connected in the back end. So this can also give you content for your website, so you don't have to think too much about it. Back in the days, you give a web designer a website to design and then they come up with generic information, but if you want something specific for your website, then you have to come up with your own content. If you cannot do that, you have to hire somebody to do that for you, and that could be anything from $1,500 to $5,000. Now you don't have to go through that. We spin websites like crazy, within 10 minutes, we are done and we are up and running. So content AI is a tool that you must have in your CRM, and GoHighLevel comes with it, and it only costs you a few cents to use it. So that is what we've been using. It's been a game changer for us. We love it, and we are saving a lot of money from this. So we don't have to hire any social media agency to do this for us, right? Excuse me. So before we go into the demo, I just want to let you know that GoHighLevel has a 14-day free trial. You can test it and see whether you like it or not, whether this is going to help your business or not. Sandrine is going to drop the link so that you can test it out. If you are watching this after the live show, then it's going to be in the description section so you can check it out. Click on it, take a test drive, and go check it out. If you like it, if you run into problems, let me know. I will be always happy to jump on the call and help you set it up. But you only need $1 to sign up to test it out. If you don't like it, after that, you can cancel it. No strings attached. So test it, and I believe you're going to love it. I've used GoHighLevel for more than 5 years now. So I believe when you test it, you're going to love it. And also, if you want to get a free customized 24/7 AI voice receptionist, then please, use the link to book a free strategy call, and I'm going to take all your business information. I'm going to build you a customized voice AI agent and for you to try it for free. This customization is about $2,000, just the setup, so I'm going to do this for you for free. And then what it's going to be is you just test it out for 2 weeks. If you like it, I'm going to waive the setup fee, and then you can just use it on month-to-month basis. If you don't like it, you can cancel it, but I believe that you're going to love this. So yeah, let me know in the chat if this is making some sense to you. This is giving you some value. Let me know. But yeah, I'm giving out a free setup fees for a customized 24/7 AI voice agent for your business, and this is going to speak in your about your business, about your brand. It's going to schedule appointments for you. It's going to speak to your customers the way you want it to speak to, just like the way your receptionist speaks to. And this can be calls can be escalated to you or to your receptionist or to whoever is in your business. So this is an opportunity to take care of this, and this is not going to last. So let me know if you are interested. Book a call, and I'm going to take your business information, and I'm going to build this for you. All right. So in this demo, this is what we are going to learn today. We are going to learn how to use content AI or content AI employee to write a blog post, right? We will generate a full blog post and publish it, which is ready to be published, and we can make some tweaks here and there. We are also going to use it and show you how to use this in your email builder so that you can build your email campaigns with the AI, and that is going to personalize all your outgoing emails, which helps to increase the open rates, right? And also the biggest one is the social media post. So we're going to learn how to set this up in GoHighLevel. We can schedule a post for 1 week. We can schedule it for 1 month, 1 year, whatever you want. You can post it right away. You can look at take a time that you want to schedule it, based on what the tool recommends, that, okay, this is the best time to post your content, right? So this is something that is going to be a game changer for you. Is going to save you a lot of time as far as social media posting is concerned. And also we are going to I'm going to show you how to make some customization, the tone, the customization, how you want this to be, the length, and bits and pieces of how you want this to sound like you, something close to your brand, right? So this is what we are going to do, and let's go into the demo. And this is the demo time. This is where we get our hands dirty. As you know, if you've been coming to these classes, this is a little bit different than most of the YouTube videos out there. And the reason why is I do this like in a classroom setting. So before we get into anything, I give you what the pain points are, what the solutions we have, and then we go into details of how to solve that problem and how to set things up in GoHighLevel, right? This is not just going to grab a YouTube video or like a refresher where, okay, I know how to do this, but let me watch a video to really refresh my mind and remind me what I'm missing, right? This takes you from the start to the finish. So you understand what you are doing. It's not just like you are just clicking, watching somebody to do this. You click here, you click there, and then that's it. Then by the time you finish, you've forgotten, right? This explains to you what the problem is, what we are going to use to solve the problem, and then we solve it in real time. This is not filtered. This is live. We make mistakes and we correct them. This is how things happen in the real world. So let's get our hands dirty right away. All right. So I'm going to be in my GoHighLevel account. This is my business account, and I also have a demo account here. Now I'm going to do this demo in the demo account. So if there's something that is not available in the demo account, because it's a demo account, so not everything is connected. When we get to that point, I will switch to the business account so that you can see what I'm talking about. So first things first, right? You are on your, okay, let me go to the demo account. So this is the demo account that we have, and where we want to go to start with this is sites. Like I told you, GoHighLevel has a suite of tools, right? GoHighLevel has a suite of tools, and these tools it's just overwhelming, not in a bad way, but in a good way, because every tool that you need to run your business, it's in here. Now, all these tabs that you see are like major tools, and within these tools are like sub tools, other apps or widgets that you can use. So let's say we go to sites, right? Site is not just about websites, but it's just going to be about anything that you can think of. You know, we have website, we have funnels, right? Okay, we have funnels, we have website, we have stores, we have webinars, we have SEO, we have analytics, we have blogs, we have WordPress, we have client portal, we have forms, surveys, quizzes, chat widget, QR codes. All these tools or widgets are on the site. How many are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is 14 widgets or tools under just site, right? I remember back in the days, I had a subscription where I was getting QR codes for $5.99. Quizzes will be $7.99, and all these were different ones. And by the time you add everything, you are around like $60. And these are just widgets, not to talk about the CRM, not to talk about the agents, the automations, and all that kind of stuff. So this is something that is great. So yes, sorry about that. I was talking and I took off. Yeah, so I was talking about sites, right? I'm sorry, guys. I was talking about sites, and sites, we have funnels, we have website, stores, webinar, SEO, analytics, blogs, WordPress, client portal, forms, survey, quizzes, chats, widget, and QR codes. These are all the different tools. Like I counted them already. These are all different widgets under one tool, right? And guys, this alone, all these tools here, if you have to get charged for each of them, this is going to be more than $200 every month. Test these tools over here, and you have all these other tools going on. So GoHighLevel is not just a tool, it's just a business suite of tools for everything that your business needs. It's going to handle about 98% of your business activities. So once again, I'm in my sub account, which is the demo account, and we want to be on site, which is on the left-hand side. And then once we get to sites, we have to navigate to blogs, right? So the first thing I talked about, let me go back to the slides and show you the roadmap. So the first one we are going to do a blog post, right? We are going to blog about something, and I have a prompt that I've already prepared. So I'm going to grab that prompt, and we are going to use that to generate some content which will be ready to go. And once we come here, I go to here. So funnels, let's see, webinars, and I want to go to blogs, right? So once I'm in blogs, I can create a blog. And like I said, this is a demo account. So once I create stuff, I delete them so that I have a clean slate for the next demo. So we're going to create a blog, right? It's so simple. And the blog title, what is the blog title? So maybe we want to give it a title, and we can say that write a blog about every business needs to respond to Google reviews. Okay, so Google reviews in 2026, right? This is what we want to write about. We want to blog about this Google reviews in 2026, right? Now, why are we doing this? We are doing this because somebody wants to do a research on Google about reviews. and also you are, let's say, an agency, or you are a business that is providing plumbing service or HVAC services or dental services. So you want to write about maybe teeth. If you're a dentist, you want to write about teeth whitening. If you're a plumber, you want to write about maybe how to save money, with your plumbing work and all that kind of stuff. People are researching, and you want to be shown on Google organic free traffic, right? So this is the topic that I want to write about. Now you can use your AI, and GoHighLevel has another AI agent, which is called the Ask AI. You can use that to help you come up with topics or titles which are which are SEO optimized, so that they will show up in Google. It can tell you what people are searching in Google, so that you can use that to create your title that helps you to, like, there's let me explain this, right? For every month, Google will give you a report about what people are searching on a particular topic. So this tool helps you to see what people are searching about. On, let's say, if our keyword is reviews or Google reviews, we can do a research and find out what people are searching on Google, and based on that, we can use that to be our topic, modify it slightly so that when people search, we are going to show up. And when you show up like that, then guess what? Somebody reads and they trust you, the information is valuable, then they are going to be more likely to become a lead and subsequently become a customer. So here you select your domain, right? I haven't connected any domain here, so this is where you select your domain, and then it will give it a slug, right? So this is not something that I'm going to do over here, because if you have your domain connected, it's going to pop up, right? So let me go here and see if we can do that. So if I try to create a blog here, it's going to ask me to select a domain. Now I have so many domains here. I can pick this domain, and then I can add a slug, right, based on the title of my blog. So let's go here and copy this, and we can do this, and it will provide that for us. And then we can say that Google reviews in 2026. So this is also going to serve like a keyword for that. So somebody sees this, is going to be like, okay, this is like a page from our website, right? And then we're going to put the meta description and all those things over here, right? And then we can ask it to write it for us. So that will be the prompt that I'll paste over here. So I'm going to go back to the demo account. Oh, let me see. Yeah, this is the demo account. Let me grab my my prompt again, and I will drop it in there. So I will drop this in there. Write a blog post about why every local business needs to respond to Google reviews in 2026. So let's see how this is going to do it, right? So we create a blog, and it's going to take some time to generate this. And once, all right, so now we enter create a blog post with AI. Now, once we enter the information, right? Once we enter the information, now we can create that blog with AI here. So let's go here. And then we can apply the branding information. This is not set up properly like the way it's set up in the real account, but I don't want to write anything over there. But here we can select our brand voice. So if you have GoHighLevel has something that you can have your brand voice in there, like the way you want it to speak, the tonation, very professional, you friendly, or you want to be however you want it to sound. So I can select the brown voice, and then you select your design, which can be like the design, your color theme, and all those kind of stuff, right? We are not going to do that over here. And then you describe your blog post topic. And so I'm going to add that thing here again, and then we have how many words do you have, right? So this is the customization I was talking about over here. This is the customization I was talking about. So we want to, let's say, right, the sweet spot is between 750 to 1,000 because people are really busy. And then who do we want to talk to? Is the target audience, individuals and consumers, or I'm talking to agencies and business? For this topic, I want to talk to agencies and business so they know that it's very important. What kind of keywords do I want to use? Maybe Google reviews. I can also say Google business profile. You get it. Like I said, you can always use your chat GPT, or you can use your Claude to do some of this research, or you can use Ask AI to do the research, and even Ask AI can even help you to write this blog, right? But today's topic is not about Ask AI. Ask AI can do this as well, but we are not going to use Ask AI to do this. We are using the content AI to do this, right? And so these are the suggested keywords. It even gives you suggested keywords, so you can add them if you want. Right? Google reviews, online reputation. These are all things that people are searching. And then once you have all of that, you can just go ahead and generate what you have, or you can personalize it if you want, but we are going to generate it. And let's see how this is going to go. So it's thinking. So this is the AI doing its work. It's thinking, and now it's writing the blog for us. Right. Once we wait for this to process, I'm going to show you the second feature. Since we don't have much time, I'm going to show you the second feature. The second feature is we are going to write an email, complete email campaign with a subject line, the body, and the click to action, if we have one, without typing a word. So let's go. I also have an email prompt that we are going to use. So let me grab that. And then we're going to go into that. Let's see here. So, right. So now this is ready. So let's finish this before I move on to the next one. So as you can see, the blog is here. It's already written within less than 3 minutes. This is ready, right? Why every local business must respond to Google reviews. So this is the title. Excuse me. This is the title. And let's look at this. The keywords are here, right? All the keywords we selected. And now let's look at this content here. In 2026, ignoring Google reviews is the fastest way for businesses to disappear. Like, this is like a no-brainer. This is so easy. It gives us a cool image, right? It's more like a cartoonish, but still, it tells you the message. It doesn't make it a boring page. People will love to see it. This is what the search engines love. This is all SEO optimized, and you have different topics going on here. People will read this, right? People search on Google and they come to this website and they see this. Then they are going to trust you. And guess what? At the end of the day, you're going to have your CTA, which is the click to action. So for me, this is giving, like, based on what I've set up in my account, is sending them to my website. And, if you are burnout tech professional, this is about my AI accelerator program, because it's already in the, that information is on the website. I didn't give it anything, so it kind of picked this one. But whatever your website is, it's going to put it over there. So if you are a tech professionals ready to build an AI consulting business around services like review management, you don't have to figure it out alone. Join the AI accelerator program, live blah 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 blah, and then it gives you the link to join. You click on the link. So this, I didn't give it the website information. I didn't say anything. I just asked it to write a blog, and it knows what to do, right? Once I'm okay with this, all that I need to do, maybe I can tweak it. Now, when we were filling the information, remember that I didn't pick the brand information because it's not in the demo account. If I had picked the brand information, then it's going to talk about something. It's going to talk about the blog using my brand voice. Even though I didn't give it anything, it still came here and used this brand to use it as the CTA, right? So when somebody reads this and they like it and they say this and that, okay, I need this kind of service. Maybe this company can help me. They click on the link and they go to your website. Once you are happy with that, you go to continue, right? You can preview how this will look on the website. You can do so much, like maybe center this. You have all these editing features to center it. You can change this to header 2, header 3 if you want. You can change the size of the text, the pixels. You can pick your custom fonts. You can add your custom fonts, or you can pick whatever you want here. There's so much you can do. This tells us how many words we've selected between 750 to 1,000. This one gave us 988, which is the sweet spot. We can preview this to see how it will look like when it's posted online. If somebody goes to Google to look at this is what they are going to see, right? So it gives you the hero image, and all this is about reviews, right? People are reviewing things with the stars. See over here, I didn't give it the idea. If I don't like this image, I can tell it to change it. And this is the title of the blog, and why is it important, and then Google reviews. Like, guys, this is crazy. This is what people do and charge you 500 to 5,000 every month, right? We just did this within under 3 minutes. So that is the preview. Let's go back. So if we like this, we just have to continue. And what category do we want to put this blog, right? We can select our category. Now, this is not done yet because categories, you create them before you post them. So let's say I am an AI agency. I can create categories in my in the blog setup and say that, okay, I want this to be in AI and maybe Google reviews or business reputation. I can have another category. A category is simply just a folder, right? I want this to go into, let's say, my business education category, or I can select. So categories are just folders to get your blog organized. So when somebody goes to your website or your blog, they can see all the categories and see that, I want to read something about, let's say, AI agents, right? Or I want to read something about business reputation, which we can drop this in that kind of category. So we don't have any categories here yet because we need to set them up, or we can set them up on the fly, and we can just put the, business, let's say business reputation, right? This is going to be our thing, and then we can give a description and all of that, and then we create that category. I'm not going to create it, but you know how to do it. And then this blog is going to be in there. You can select the author, so this one, the author, every blog needs an author, right? So you can put your name. I can put my name, and then I can add my photo. I can take a photo from my my media storage, I can add alt text, which is like a name that helps it to be indexed in Google, and also I can add a row maybe, and then alter description, a little bit information. Excuse me, a little bit information about you. So that is that, and the rest of the stuff you can, add more stuff. So this is like overview of all the stuff that you have. Now we have to add a category before we can post, right? So all these two are required. Once we get that, we can save this as a draft and we can post it later, whether we want to schedule it or we want to post it. So now it has put everything together. Guys, this will take you like 2-3 hours just to come up with it, if you have to do it the traditional way. So guys, this is so much information, and we are on the draft mode, right? So if let's say, let me create a category, business reputation, and then here I'm not gonna add a category image, I'm not gonna add a description, I'll just create that valid slug. Let me see here, categories, Google reviews 2026. We put our slug, no description. We'll create this thing here, and then we can select it now. And we go to the author. I'll add myself, and that will be it. I'm not gonna add an image. Let's see what else is needed description. I'm just gonna use XXX just to create it, so that you can see how we can do this. So now we can publish this. As soon as we hit this and do publish, it's gonna go live, and it's just gonna be like a website out there, and we can put the publish date. It's today's date, and then everything else looks good. We can publish. If we don't want to publish today, we can schedule this, and we can schedule it for next week or on the 16th, the time we want it to go out, all that kind of stuff, right? So now you know how to schedule a blog. Guys, if you have a business and you are paying for blogging, you can do this by yourself in GoHighLevel. On a scale of 1 to 10, if this is valuable to you or not, give me, 1 being like, Eric, you suck, this sucks, right? And 10 being like, this is awesome, I'm going to use this in my business. Please let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the most valuable lesson you are getting today. Please drop it in the chat. Let me know how I'm doing. If you are giving me 1 or 2, then I know that I have to up my game. So guys, be honest and let me know in the chat what you think about this, and let's move on to the next thing. I'm not going to schedule this. I'm going to cancel this, and you always have it on the dashboard, and you can see, you can even import content, right? But that is not what we want. So now you know how to do blogging. You come to blogging, you go to create a blog, and you put in the information. It takes you to another page. Then at that point, you can use the AI to help you write a blog. So I hope this was very valuable to you. Let's move on to the next one, which is writing email copies. So once again, we are going to be in the demo account, and we want to go to the email marketing. So here we're still gonna go to email marketing. When we come to email marketing here, we can go to emails, right? And here is where you use the AI to generate your emails as well. So let's see how we can use this to create email templates, okay? we are going to create an email template, and we have email sequences. Email sequences are like emails that follow a certain sequence, like, okay, next this week, send this email information. And email sequences are used to, let's say, nurture, educate, and also follow up on your leads or your clients, right? If you have like a newsletter, you can use an email sequence to do that. And email campaigns are similar to that. So let's go. We can go into templates where we can use email templates, and this is the AI that you can use to build, right? On the templates, you can pick a template and then, or create a template that you can reuse over and over and over again. So here we are going to do either campaigns. You can create a template and then you can use it in a campaign, so, or in a workflow. So here, right, campaigns, you can use it in a workflow. You can do bulk campaigns, you can do email sequences. So let's go here. We want to create an email template that we can use it over and over and over again. And so here we come here, we say build with AI. And so we come here and then let's see what we are going to get. Right. So here, something similar, right, to what we did before with the blogging. The same thing, we select our branding, and then we select our brand kit or the design kit, like the text, the fonts that we want to use, the colors and all that kind of stuff. Or you can use this to generate something, right? So generate, personalize. If you don't like the default settings, then you can personalize this. So here it says create. It has given us the prompt already. Create a professional email template for Eric Baykes, focusing on business coaching for burnout tech professionals looking to start their own AI consulting business, right? It knows about this because we've been using this account for a lot of demos. So it knows some information about this, right? It's giving me a prompt, but I'm going to provide it with my own prompt, and let's see what we are going to get. So here I say write a welcome email for new leads who sign up for my AI marketing newsletter, right? So here, this email is going to be an email which is going to be sent immediately after someone signs up for my email newsletter. And so here we have this, and all that we need to do, we can give it a name, or it's going to give it a name for us. And all that we need to do, let's see if we have all the settings that we want so that we can go ahead. The goal of this email business, the goal, what are you offering, right? I'm offering tech for tech professionals, you know. So there is so much you can do over here. You can select what you want, or you can even come here and do a build where it gives you pre-configured prompts that you can like use right away. But we are using the assist mode, and we put all the information that we want. We can even personalize it and all that kind of stuff, but we're not going to do that. We can hit generate here, or we can just hit enter. So now it's going to generate the email, and this is going to be a template that we can use, right? Or you can create any kind of email template. Now, once you create this, you can use it in workflows. We've done a couple of workflows demos here, so I'm not going to go into the details of that, but this helps you to write email templates that you can reuse all the time. And the reason why this is good is that I'm going to show you how you can personalize this so that every email that goes out to any lead is going to address them personally based on their first name or their last name or their full name, right? You can do all those settings over there. So whilst this is building, let's see what we have next and see if we can go and start testing it out. Yeah, the next one is the social media. So the social media posting, which I know that a lot of you are waiting for. And yeah, so let's see this email thing, how this goes. And it's still generating, and we could have given it more information. We can build as many templates as we want, but let's see here what it's going to do. So it's building the email. This is the email that is building, right? It's giving us an image, and based on what we ask, if you don't like the colors, you can change the color because, it's hard to see. I can say that change this color to, the white background, right? I can add more colors if I want. Let's see here. Save. Okay, so we've changed the background color. Or if we don't like this and it's too much, we can move it or delete it from there. So here we can delete this, or we can just move it to another place. If it's blocking the content, we can move it to a different place. So now we just moved it here. If we want to change the background, we can do that. There's so much we can do to customize this. Welcome to the briefing. If you don't like that, you can change this. And a couple of other information here, right? So this is how it will create this for you, and you can preview to see how this email will look like when it goes out there. Obviously, you are not going to send something like this. This is just the baseline. You can do some tweaks. If we had connected the branding kit, then it will use our company branding information, like the color theme, the fonts it has to use, the size of the fonts, and all those kind of stuff. We didn't do that. It would have even added our logo here, right? But this is the preview settings, so we are not going to do that. And we can delete anything that we don't want. So we can delete this guy here, and so it kind of takes everything that we have, and you don't have to do much. So here, if we want to do, let's say, add some content to this, over here, you have the elements, right? All the elements are here. We've done this before, but I just want to show you how the elements look like. If you don't like a session, you can delete it. Like this is the session. If you move here, so we can delete some sessions that we don't like. So let's see, if we want to delete this section, we just delete this and it's gone. Okay. If we want to add some more content, we can do that. So here, for instance, let's say we want to add market briefing. Let's see, if we want to add an element, you can come here and add an element. So we want to add a text. Maybe I want to put the text here, and I want to, let's say, address the person. So it's going to be hello or dear, whatever you want to call it. And then I want to use something like what do you call it? Custom values. Custom values is what we use to personalize things, right? So I want to make sure that when this email goes out, it's going to address each person by their first name. So I come here and then I go to contact. I can use their full name or first name, last name if I have those information. So I want to use their first name. So contact first name, right? This is going to customize this, and we can save this template and we can use it. So there are other things. All these elements are elements that you can use. I'm not going to go deeply into that, but we used AI to get this. And now this is given it's a name already, AI marketing newsletter welcome email, right? So this is something that we can save and we can use it in our workflows, in our email campaigns, in our email sequences. So you can create all these templates. So anytime you change something, you just come here and change it. You don't have to change it in the workflow, right? If you change it in the workflow, let's say you have 200 different workflows with different emails, and all these emails are going in there. If you do this in that workflow, then you only change that for that particular workflow. But if you change it here, you change it on the global level. So it's going to be the same for all the workflows that you have. So that is why email templates are important, rather than having the email template, or rather than having the email templates in the workflows by themselves. You want to have it on a global position. If you have to tweak it for a specific workflow, then you can do it within that specific workflow. Okay, so that is how this thing works. We can save this template and then we can use it in a workflow, but we are not going to do that because that is beyond the scope of this this demo. So here, you can preview it, you can share it with another person, you can upload it to your email templates that you have, and what have you. You can create a campaign with it, like I said, and you can delete it if you don't want it. So here, if we have to come here and build an email campaign, like here, for instance, you can start building an email campaign and you can pick your templates, right? The templates that you have, you can come here and grab one of those templates and use it. Now we have this template here. We can pick this one if we want. We can pick this one. We can pick that one if we want. Because the AI has done that work already, and you can even use it. Ask AI to come and grab it and create a campaign for you. So there's so much you can do. You can use it in workflows or workflow campaigns. So you have a campaign here. You can go into this campaign and see how you can use it. Well, this is just the email campaign. So sorry. We have to go into workflow campaigns. You can go into that and then you can see how things go. So this is how we use AI to write email campaigns. And if you are in workflows, let me see if I can see a workflow and then we can move on to the next one real quick. So let's say if you have an automation and you want to use an email sequence, you want to use a template, then all that you need to do is to come here. Let's say I want to send an email template. Then I can come here and say send an email. So the action is email, send email, send email. So we want to send an email, and then I can just come here and then pick from an existing template, right? And then I can pick this template and use it. This is what I was talking to you about. If I want to change something just for this particular sequence, all that I need to do is to change it here, and I don't sync it. But once you click this, if you make a change here, it's going to sync it on the global level, right? And vice versa. If you do it on the global level, it's going to sync it over here. Now, if I make changes on the global level, it won't sync it here. So you always want to check this, but I'm not going to do that. That is how you utilize templates to do that. Okay, so that is that. Let's go back to the next thing that we want to demo. So guys, if this was also helpful and valuable on a scale of 1 to 10, let me know what you think. 1 being like, Eric, you suck. 10 being like, this is great, I'm going to use this in my business, I think this is going to save me some time. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to go into is the social media posting. And I know that this is like the big deal, the biggest deal, because people are charging anything from $250 to $600, $700 a month, depending on the number of handles that they are posting your content to, right? So the same thing, we are going to go to marketing on your business account. Now, when we come here, as you can see already, we already have things which have been posted, right, in our social platform. So this is how it goes, right? Once you are here, you go to your social planner. Now, if you are new to this, if you haven't done anything, then what you want to do is that these are all the social platforms that you have available. You have Google My Business Profile, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, TikTok, Pinterest, and YouTube. All this you can connect to your social media. So you make a single post, and it's going to go into all your different pages. As you can see, for demo purposes, I've connected one of my Facebook pages and one of my business. So if I create something here and I post it, it goes to these two pages. But I can connect as many as this. And, integrating this, it's so easy. You can do that. And we are not going to do that over here. But these are all the settings that you can do to set this thing up. I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to show you how to use this to plan, right? And this behind the scenes has the content AI. So we want to do a new post, right? We want to create a new post, and we have the content AI right here. You can do this manually, or you can use the AI to do it, right? So we want to use the AI to do it because that's what this is about. So we click the content AI, and for now, excuse me, for now, we are connected to this, right? So that is what we are going to post to, because we are only connected to Facebook pages. I have two Facebook pages which are already connected. So you connect your Facebook account, and all the pages that you have, you can select them. Now, as you can see here, all these pages are not connected. Now, if I go here to my business account and I go to marketing, you're going to see that all these are connected, and I have a lot of social media pages, posts which have been scheduled, right, up to June 30th. I have some which are going on, July 21st all the way. We have so much that have been set up. So this, we don't have to do much here, but let's say if I want to do it in my account, my business account, now you can see all these ones have been connected, right? All these ones are connected, so I can just go ahead and post it. If I want to do an event, I can do an event, like let's say this particular event that I do every Wednesday. I can come to an event, and then it's going to give the time and all that kind of stuff. And I can just go ahead and post it straight on my social platform. So here, let's go back to this guy and use this to do that. So we come here, and then it asks you about the brand that you want to use. You want to use the brand voice. Always, if you have created your brand kit, you want to use that, and then you select that brand. The language is English. What kind of tone do you want? Professional, friendly, persuasive, casual, formal, whatever you want. Excuse me. Excuse me. The keywords I want to use, you can do that. So I want to write about, let me see what I have here. I want to write about Instagram. Right. So it's a small business about this. So let me pick this one up here and drop it, right? The key message for Facebook posts, right? This is what I want to write about. Write 3 Instagram captions about how AI is changing small business marketing in 2026. The goal for Facebook, maybe I want to get more likes, or maybe you want, maybe you want more subscribers. Whatever, anybody who likes your page becomes a subscriber anyway. So, or maybe you want sales, whatever you want, you want to give your objective, the number of variations, how many different posts do you want it to generate for you, so that you can pick the one that you want. So we have 3 over here, and then you want to same as your brand voice, right? Call to action, what do you want? So the call to action here is saying that we are going to use the AI freedom. So you can see the preview over here, because that is what additional information you want to add, right? I'm going to leave this as 2, and I'm going to leave everything else. And what we are going to do now is to click generate. So now this is going to generate our post, and we will see how it goes. So You have your target audience. It has selected them already because it knows the brand voice, right? That is why you have to take the time to to create your brand voice in GoHighLevel, so that you can use it all the time, because this is not the only place you use the brand voice, but you can use it so many places. So it's important that you have a brand voice in there, so that anytime that it has to generate a content for you, is going to use that brand voice. And this is the thing that ChatGPT cannot help you with, Claude cannot help you with, unless you do a lot of heavy lifting on that side. But with GoHighLevel, you have everything in here. Every blog, every post, every content you generate is just going to be like this. So now we have the message, we have the post that we want to write, right? So now this is what we have. Feeling overwhelmed by rapid rise of AI in small business. Guys, I'm not going to read everything, but you can read this yourself. I can blow this up a little bit so that you can see, you can read things for yourself, but you can see here, it's written everything. Tech professionals and consultants, join the AI. The price is $497. Business owners, stop missing out on leads. Get your AI agent. Curious about AI readiness. So it knows everything about my brand, right? That is what you want. And then we have three captions that we want to use, right? This is the first caption in 2026, blah, 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 blah. Then there's another one. Then there's another one. Which one do you want to use? You pick that one. So this is what is going to post on social media, on Instagram, if we want to go to Instagram. So let me come back here. So now we have our thing. We want to go to, so this is the second variation, right? We said that we wanted two different variations. So this is the first one that we just read, right? And then this is the second variation that we have. So, and you can even copy this if you don't want. So you can select which one you want, and then you post. Now we hit continue, and then we're going to select our social media accounts. So depending on the number of accounts that you have connected, then you're going to select them over here, right? You can add a new one. If you want to add, let's say, TikTok or LinkedIn to it, you can add it to it. We are not going to do that. And then this is the content that we are going to use. If you don't like it, you can come here and then generate even again more, or you can improve the writing. You can fix spelling and grammar. You can simplify the writing, make it longer, make it shorter. You can edit it with AI. So there's so much you can do right now. It's thinking, I clicked on edit with AI. So it's thinking and it's going to do some stuff. What would you like to do, right? I don't want to do anything. Pick one or more options below. I'm not going to do that. So let's cancel that. And this is going to be the post preview. We've already selected. Let's select the accounts. And let's say we want to post to this account. This is going to be the Instagram post, right? And we can add an image to it, or we can ask it to generate an image. So let's see here. Let's see. I can tell it to edit with AI, and let's say, add an image for this contest, right? And let's see. All right, so let's add this to it. And then it's going to see, let's see, here's what I can do with your Facebook post, Instagram. Pick what you need, select one or more, and then so add data reference, update something else, change tone, simplify, polish. So let's see here. We're supposed to generate an image. Or let's see. Um, mhm. select, let's see. So we are generating an image right now. Okay, so it's telling us that it doesn't have any brand file, and so the image probably will be a generic image, but if it has all the information about my branding, then it's going to give me something precise, right? So now it gives us this image, and we can make changes to the image if we want. So right now we've selected this, and let's see here. All right, let's go. So we want this to go to Facebook feed, or we want it to be a reel, or we want it to be a story, right? We selected this, and we can download, let's see here, we can add this image here. We can download this and add this image. The create an image using AI. So instead of using it in that conversation, I should have created that AI. I created that image over here and then give it a prompt of what image it has to use, right? Give it like, okay, try an example, moons rising over mountains. So sorry, I shouldn't have done it here. I can download this and ask it to attach it, or I can ask AI to pick this image and attach it. But this is the right way. You come here, and then, right under the post, you ask it to generate the image for you, or you can pick an image. So let's say if we download this, then we can pick this image from our media storage, and then or upload it from our computer and then add it. So let's say if we want to add this, we can select this image here. Instead of this, we can pick this image, or we can ask it to generate an image. It's going to take some time, so I'm not going to do that. Once we have that, then we can come to post, and we can schedule this post, or we can send it to approval. If somebody is doing this for you, then they can send it for approval. You approve it, and this will go live, right? You can schedule it on the time, and you can schedule a recurring one. You can add it to a queue. There is so much you can, or you can post it right away. So you can schedule a time, and it gives you the best time to post. How cool is that, right? Today, if we want to post today, then the best times to post is 6 p.m., between 6 and 7, or between 5 p.m. and 6, and between 7 and 8, right? So you pick one of this time, and then boom, you schedule it to post. I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, it's going to go to my page. So this is how you do this. Now, this is just semi-manual, right? If you want to post this, if you want to schedule this manually, but there's another AI tool that you can give it a command, which is called the Ask AI, and Ask AI is going to schedule this for you using Content AI. So these AIs are communicating with each other, and that is why it's very good that you have a GoHighLevel account, so that all these tools can be communicating with each other. One AI handles one task, and it can hand it over to another AI to pick it up and complete the task. So Content AI is writing this for you, and you can ask AI to schedule this using API to schedule this for you. And this is what we've been doing. We use this AI to schedule all our posts, right? So we don't have to do this manually. So you see how you can use this, and you can save this for later, or you can post it. So I hope this was really useful to you. As you can see here, we have all these posts which have been scheduled, and they are ready to go, right? As soon as it goes, tells you that it's been posted, and you can see the content. You can create content here. You can see all the comments that people are giving. You can see the stats, you can see the social listening, you can see there's so much you can do. The settings is where you connect all your pages and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this was helpful and this was valuable to you. And if this was also great, please, on a scale of 1 to 10, let me know what you think. 10 being like, this is like very valuable, and 1 being like, Eric, you suck, stop doing this. So I'm so glad that, you've seen how to do this. You can use this to post and manage your social media, and you can grab GoHighLevel if you don't have one, right? If you don't have a GoHighLevel account, then you can grab one and you can do this yourself. So just to recap, we started this by explaining to you what an AI content agent is, what it does. It writes your blogs, it writes your social media posts. You can use it to create email templates for your email campaigns, for customization, and all of this lives inside your GoHighLevel. So once again, if you want to test GoHighLevel, I have an affiliate link that you can use to test drive it for 14 days with no obligations. After 14 days, you can cancel if you don't like it. If you run into issues and you need me to help you, just use the link to book a call, and I'll be happy to help you get onboarded into GoHighLevel and help you to implement all your business solutions using GoHighLevel. And once again, as I promised in the beginning, I have something special going on for the next 1 week. So if you are interested and you want to experience a voice AI agent that is going to answer your phone calls 24/7, books appointment for you, get people on your calendar and qualify them as leads to sell your products, and even escalate the calls to you, let me know. Use the link below to schedule a call. I'm going to take your business information. I'm going to build a customized AI voice agent for you that is going to help you, is going to answer your calls. So if your receptionist is on holiday, is going to answer all the calls. If they are on lunch, is going to do the same thing. If somebody calls after hours, is going to answer these calls. And once it answers this call, it gets their information. It can schedule appointments for you. You can put this in an automation. You can escalate the calls to you. So if the AI talks to somebody and the call seems to be an urgent one, let's say you are a plumber, after 6 and somebody calls and your receptionist is not available, this can be an emergency call. The AI is going to know that this is an emergency call, and you might be able to charge a premium for that, because if somebody's toilet is broken and they need urgent help, then this is going to help you to really charge premium, because let's say you will charge $500 during the day. If they call you after hours, you might be able to charge $1,000, right? So this is going to help you, and once I build this for you, you can use it for 14 days. If you don't like it, you drop it. No questions asked. If you love it, then there is a monthly subscription. You can cancel at any time. You don't have to create anything. I will build this for you right from scratch to finish within 2 days. So let me know if you are interested. Book a call, and I'll be happy to assist you with installing a 24/7 AI voice agent in your business that is going to increase your sales, is going to increase your customer service. So I hope this was helpful. And once again, if you are interested in deep dive into AI marketing strategies, BayksCloud consultants will be happy to help you. We are located in South Florida, and we help small businesses with their digital marketing and AI implementation. Our specialty is with AI employees, and we can build you reviews, AI agents. We can build you AI voice agent, which I just talked about. We can build you conversation AI, which is chatbot on your website and in your email, so that you don't have to babysit your emails. The emails will be having a conversation back and forth email with your leads. And once it's time for them to make a commitment or a purchase, this can be escalated to you or a member of your team to close the sale. And so, yes, we are here every week on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. GMT. So what you can do to support our channel is to please like this video if this was helpful, and also make some comments so that the algorithm is going to bring us up, and also share this with a business owner. A lot of businesses out there are bleeding, especially for the voice agent. Please share this with somebody out there who needs this voice agent, because this agent doesn't sleep, it doesn't take a day off, it doesn't complain, it just works 24/7. So take advantage of that and subscribe to this channel if you are not a subscriber yet. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you again, and I will see you next week, same time, 11 a.m. EST and 3 p.m. GMT. On that note, thank you very much, and see you next week. Let's go.